In the dim corridors of the human mind, hate slithers silently, feeding on fear and insecurity. It slowly builds neural pathways, tiny electric scars that pulse every time someone's words cut deep. The mind becomes addicted to outrage, a chemical storm of cortisol and adrenaline. Yet, beneath that storm lies the machinery capable of change. Neuroscientists discovered that hate shares similar brain regions with love, both lighting up the insula and putamen. But while love heals, hate corrodes. When our brain repeats hateful thoughts, it strengthens those circuits like a well-worn highway of poison. The dark secret is, repetition fuels permanence. Imagine standing before someone's hateful words, each insult a spark striking dry wood. Your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, reacts before logic arrives. It screams for defense, for revenge, for validation. The mind burns quickly when it believes survival is at stake. But what if hatred is not an enemy to fight, but a signal to rewire? Cognitive scientists claim that redirecting thought literally reshapes the brain. Neurons that fire together, wire together, so refusing to react severs that old link. Silence becomes your scalpel. Your brain does not distinguish between imagined and real threats. Simply thinking of conflict sends the same chemical storm flooding your bloodstream. The body tenses, the pulse surges, and clarity collapses. Recognizing this illusion is the first step toward becoming untouchable. Dark psychology teaches that hate thrives in repetition and ritual. The more you replay an insult, the deeper it anchors. The key to rewiring lies in starving it, refusing to feed it mental energy. In darkness, without attention, neural pathways decay and die. Inside the quiet mind, something extraordinary happens, the prefrontal cortex awakens. It observes emotion like an impartial witness, no longer enslaved by fight or flight. Here, the energy of hate can be redirected, turned into strategic calm. The predator becomes the architect. Every hateful comment ever thrown at you is an opportunity for transformation. When the insult lands, feel it, but do not respond. Neural restraint strengthens executive control. Control rewires emotional chaos into cerebral dominance. Dark psychology observes that those who master restraint wield more influence than those who lash out. Power rests not in noise, but in composure. When others tremble under hate's influence, you remain still. That stillness creates fear, and respect. Truly rewire the brain, visualization is essential. Picture hate as smoke, not substance. See it drift before you, losing weight, fading into air. The visual cortex responds as though the transformation were real, shifting emotional patterns at their source. Each time you choose not to engage, you are building new neural code. The hippocampus records calm as the default reaction, replacing fear. Over days, anger's voice weakens, unable to trigger the serotonin crash that once followed confrontation. Control becomes effortless. Human behavior obeys the laws of conditioning. We become what we reward. If you reward anger with attention, it multiplies. If you reward peace with focus, peace dominates. Hatred cannot survive in a brain disciplined by stillness. Dark manipulators understand this science better than most. They know attention is emotional currency, and hate is their richest stream. When you react, you pay them power. Cutting off reaction leaves them starving in silence. But ignoring hate does not mean suppressing it. Suppression traps energy inside the nervous system, where it ferments into resentment. Transmutation, however, channels that energy toward growth, giving birth to mental steel. A cold focus emerges, unbreakable. In laboratories, electrodes show how meditation calms the limbic system's overactivity. Hate's intensity weakens under the slow rhythm of control. The mind begins to prefer the neural harmony of calm over the chaos of conflict. Biology bends to choice. Every hateful encounter is a test of neural endurance. Each time you win, the victory is not external, it's an unseen rewiring. The myelin sheath thickens around neurons practicing calm, making the signal faster, stronger. You are engineering resilience. Imagine yourself as both subject and scientist, reprogramming your own code. With every quiet response, your brain records a new identity. Over weeks, this identity becomes permanent, the one who cannot be provoked. A mind beyond reach. There is a reason manipulation tactics exploit outrage. They hijack chemical reward loops. The moment you feel anger, dopamine spikes. By ignoring provocation, you deny that chemical hit. Your inner chemistry evolves beyond dependence. Some will call this coldness. In truth, it is a refined detachment, an emotional armor forged through neurological training. You do not deny empathy, you simply choose its timing. Precision replaces impulse. When hate comes dressed in subtlety, a smirk, a tone, a word, it seeks to trigger old circuits. Recognizing that trigger without obeying it is supreme mastery. Awareness without reaction rewires destiny. It is the essence of psychological sovereignty. The science of ignoring hate is often mistaken for apathy. But this calm is not numbness, it is domination. By choosing silence, you own the emotional field. The aggressor's control dissolves like dust beneath rain. Dark psychology reveals something haunting. Hate is contagious because it promises belonging through opposition. Yet belonging built on negativity poisons the tribe. Isolation from such energy cleanses perception. You begin to see manipulation without emotion. Repetition is the sculptor of the subconscious. Each time you choose peace, the neural effect compounds. Soon your brain anticipates calm as its default mode of survival. To hate you becomes impossible, it has no emotional landing zone. Hatred's architecture thrives on reactionary architecture in your neural wiring. If you alter the pattern, you remodel the building. The mind's architecture collapses only when you stop maintaining it with fear. What stands then is serenity. Dark endurance exercises can accelerate this rewiring. Seek controlled discomfort, provoke minor irritations, then observe without flinching. Each victory conditions your vagus nerve to regulate emotion faster. Calm turns instinctual. In hostile social environments, hating back feels righteous. But righteousness built on anger is only disguised weakness. The brain learns what it repeats, and rage repeated becomes identity. Breaking the cycle is the ultimate rebellion. When facing digital hate, screens amplify illusion. You must remember, pixels have no real voice until you give them one. Silence within the digital storm is a modern superpower. The absence of reaction breaks the algorithm of outrage. Neural studies show that the longer you observe a hateful thought without engaging, the quicker its electrical charge fades. Detachment short-circuits its power. Just seconds of awareness can shrink years of emotional conditioning. Silence is voltage control. Some of history's most resilient minds were built in silence. They understood that peace is not passive but predatory, it hunts chaos. Calm individuals manipulate situations by refusing manipulation. Darkness cannot survive without friction. If you train the brain to interpret hostility as meaningless sound, all attempts to harm you become background noise. The aggressor tires first. You remain composed, unreactive. To them, you are unreadable, terrifyingly so. When the mind reaches this level, hate transforms into data. You analyze tone, motive, and insecurity behind every attack. The emotion vanishes, leaving only information. You no longer feel hate, you diagnose it. Eventually, the world's noise feels distant, like echoes beneath glass. Your heartbeat slows. Focus deepens. The prefrontal cortex rules the amygdala entirely, logic commands what emotion once governed. Then comes the haunting peace, a silence so potent it intimidates those who wield chaos. You realize that ignoring hate does not erase it, it unmasks it. Those still enslaved by it expose their weakness through reaction. You stand, untouchable. This is the final revelation, you do not resist hate, you transcend it. Your brain, rewired through awareness and restraint, becomes a fortress of neutrality. Hate dies outside its gates, unfed, unseen. The war ends without sound. Remember, rewiring the brain is not an act of denial but of evolution. Each choice to hold your calm marks a new neural imprint, a refined consciousness. Hate thrives where minds remain primitive, yours has ascended. The silence you keep is your revolution.